Bitch, jump in that fire.
Welcome back. Today we're here to discuss what is the difference between karma and the spell backfiring. What's widely misunderstood is that when you perform a certain ritual or certain magical workings on a person, you run the risk of it coming back on you 3 times fold, 10 times fold, 100, whatever the fuck times fold on you, and you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. That's not necessarily true. And this is people's attempt to understand and explain the concept of a spell gone wrong. Because what's understood within the community of the people who really practice magic, who do it as though it's an experiment, you know that when you do a ritual wrong or mix the wrong correspondences or the wrong ingredients or miss a step, that is when you feel the effects of what was meant for who it is that you tried to put your spell on. That's only because what you did was done incorrectly. It's not that it's karma now coming back on you. It's that you sent out an energy and that energy has to go somewhere. And if it's sent out incorrectly, who's it going to go to but you? So you really put a target on your back, on your own back, when you do a spell incorrectly. This is widely understood with the people who, like I said, who are practicing magic. They experiment and they sit back, wait, and observe. If you do a love spell and then you begin to notice that you're the one bugging out, you're the one going to a person's house, bothering a person, whatever, you know that, I did this wrong. It's not that I'm experiencing karma, it's done wrong. And you know this because when you go ahead and you do it correctly and you begin to see the manifestation properly, manifest on the person that you attempted to put the work on, you notice that you're not feeling any effects. So that just shows you right then and there how there's not really karma in magic, and it's really cause and effect. It's whether you did it wrong or whether you did it correctly. You have another example of where some people who try to send out black magic. If what you try to do to that person ends up happening to you, it's not karma. It is that you did it wrong. Once again, if you do it correctly and you notice it manifest on that person and you don't feel any effects, that's how you know that it was done correctly, and it's the theory of backfiring and not karma. My issue with karma is that it's not really an exact science. It's not a stable theory, because what you're taught in karma is that bad actions equal bad things coming to you, and good actions equal good things coming to you. But we see way too many times that bad things happen to good people. Why is that? So karma is flawed in that aspect. What I do believe in is cause and effect. You slap this person, that person slaps you back, cause and effect, not necessarily karma. I don't really believe in you do whatever working on somebody and now you're gonna have to deal with that consequences later on down the line. Because people who have been practicing this for however long, for years, you notice that if you're still living on top, life is good, people are around you, everything is good, then that's how you know it doesn't really exist in the magical aspect of things or the metaphysical world. My issue that I have with karma in magical practice, or the Wiccan rule of 3, or the Wiccan read, is, or at least how it is explained to majority of people, is that it puts one in the constant state of fear to defend themselves. It makes you scared to take action because you're too worried about it potentially coming back on you. And I used to be one of those people when I first started out. I was big into Wiccans and stuff like that, the different theories they have. But what ended up happening is that when I was in a situation where I was being bothered or I had to handle business, if you understand what I'm saying. I was too scared to do it because I was worried about it coming back on me. I was worried about having to deal with consequences later, even though I was the innocent one in the situation. And like I said, that's my issue with it in that aspect, with the way it is being explained to people a lot of times, because it makes a person way too scared to take the action to defend themselves, and it forces a person to turn the other cheek when sometimes you need to retaliate. You need to handle your business. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't completely not believe in karma. It's just I believe it's more so of a physical law that governs over us. As in, if you cheat on someone, someone may cheat on you in the future. If you steal from someone, someone may steal from you in the future. But I don't believe it plays a role in spirituality. Even though, yes, you can make the argument that when you do a ritual or light a candle or whatever, that's a physical action that you're doing, that is negative intent that you're putting, whatever. Like I said, that's not even the same. That's not the same thing. So another thing to know is that if you are in the spiritual community, you understand that karmic debt and things of that nature can be paid in full in certain ways. As in, whether you have a spirit that can direct your karma elsewhere, or if you pray to the just judge that may direct your karma elsewhere, or do certain rituals to, like I said, get rid of your karma. If you are spiritual and you understand these concepts, what is there to worry about? But that's all for this video. That's my take on this topic. I hope you found it informative. Like, share, and subscribe.